I don't much dig on award shows. I don't need a bunch of millionaires who are completely removed from general society to tell me what's good. I like what I like. I like the way what I like makes me feel, and I like talking about the interesting parts about what I like. That said, there was something about the Golden Globes this year that really irked me that I want to dig into. In case you missed it, The Pitt won Best TV Drama. Now, I watched The Pitt. I even enjoyed The Pitt deeply, but there were some things about it that really brought it down for me that I also thought were handled much better in my pick of favorite TV show this year. In case you couldn't guess, yes, Andor Season 2 is my favorite TV show of the past year. Yes, I am a nerd at heart and I own it. What Andor did, however, is to me, it revolutionized what TV shows could accomplish, especially when it has to deal with these mega IPs. Mega IPs are dominating the TV and film industry over the past decade, and so much of it is so bad. There is so much bad Star Wars now. There are so much bad Marvel and DC and all the other mega IPs, but Andor was this diamond in the rough, and I thought it far superior to The Pitt. Two things of why I liked Andor better is one, it felt wholly much more original, which is ironic to say since it's part of a mega IP, but its narrative and thematic structure and the way the show progressed did feel much more original to me than The Pitt. The Pitt was good, but it was to me just another medical drama that decided to get a lot more gruesome all of a sudden. And then the second thing is that they both address socio-political issues, but I thought Andor handled this way better and with much more deftness. When I was watching The Pitt, I could tell when they were introducing whatever the socio-political issue du jour was, and it felt like the showrunners had a checklist of every single issue they wanted to address, and it felt very lectury. It felt like they were breaking the convention of show, don't tell. It was stating its opinion, whereas Andor embodied its opinion. Granted, Pitt addresses several issues, whereas Andor just kind of addresses one more holistically. And in Andor, it addresses the empire or authoritarianism versus the rebellion. And it was embodying this and showing all the different facets of this. If you haven't seen Andor, the hook of it all is that we get to see the inner workings of both the Empire and the Rebellion. In the mainline Star Wars movies, we see all the big moments, all the big military escapades, all of the big wins and losses, whereas in Andor, we get to see a lot of the politicking, we get to see a lot of the bureaucracy, a lot of the decisions that are made covertly that allow the Rebellion to exist or that enable or empower the Empire to continue to spread. I found this very interesting because it answered a lot of questions I never thought to ask. One of them as simple as, where does the rebellion get its money and funding? Andor answers that question. Also, who are the politicians supporting the rebellion? We get to see all of these double agents and all of this spycraft mixed into Star Wars that we've never seen before. And one thing that I like about Andor that the Pitt failed is Andor paints a very morally gray landscape. The Pitt comes out and kind of lectures and says this is the right way to think about whatever the issue is. And it's not necessarily that I disagree with him. I just felt like it was doing the telling instead of the showing. And it was painting it very kind of like nice and easy. This is always like the good guys win. Very Aaron Sorkin at times, in my opinion. Whereas Andor, you see the blood on these people's hands. Spoiler alert, Mon Mothma sells out her best friend. She has him assassinated, her childhood best friend, to preserve the rebellion. And Cassian here also has dirty hands. And you see the cost of the rebellion. Not to say they aren't the quote-unquote good guys, but it's not idealistic. It's not like the good guys win and we all come out wholesome on the other side. No, you see the emotional toll that the rebellion has on these main characters. Another character in the show is Luthen Rael, portrayed by Stellan Skarsgård, and this is one of my favorite characters I think I've ever seen written for television. He's up there with Rust Cole for me. And what's interesting about this guy, like Mon Mothma, is he has blood on his hands. We see him murder one of the double agents to preserve the rebellion. He was afraid the double agent would get found out or something like that. And to make this character even more interesting is we learn that this isn't anything he does out of self-interest. He ends up committing suicide to preserve the rebellion himself. This guy is fully committed to the cause of rebellion, and he's willing to kill others and himself for that. Genius writing, and it's this morally gray, complex landscape, and I just loved it. Tony Gilroy, you madman, I love you. So in conclusion, yes, it really pained me that Andor isn't getting the recognition I think it deserves. And The Pitt, yes, I liked it, but it does not hold a candle. I like Noah Wiley's acting. He was a good character here, but he was still very cliche in a lot of respects to me. And he's no match for Saul or Serial here. Oh my God, guys, go watch Andor. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later.